Welcome to another edition of DMV Sports Show. I'm your host, Rasul McGee. It's Saturday. As you guessed it, it's Saturday to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. And as we always say, we got a lineup that you wouldn't believe. We're going to talk about the Washington Commanders and their win against the Giants. And we're going to talk about the game itself. And we're going to talk about the Washington Wizards. Yes, they lost to the Golden State Warriors, and they lost to the Grizzlies, and they're taking on their next opponent, the Orlando Magic. We're also going to talk about the Washington Capitals and their surge in the NHL and their loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Maryland Terrapins play. Men's basketball is back, and Maryland Terrapins are taking on the number one football team, the Oregon Ducks in Oregon, folks. That's going to be at 7 p.m. tonight. So make sure you watch that game. It's going to be a doozy. I know most of you already, put in the loss column for the Maryland Terrapins, but we're going to talk about that in a minute as well. We're going to talk about other football-related topics, including Ovechkin's monumental goal for the Capitals, and we're going to talk about other football teams as well. So the call-in is 512-543-4662. That's 512-543-4662. Make sure you state your name for the record and what team you represent so we can hear you clearly, so we can actually have the conversation that you dreamed of. And make sure that you follow us on Facebook. Join our DMV Sports Show group, and also make yourself known. Sit down, comment, and have a conversation with the team, and myself included. And let's get to the show. The Washington Commanders made it known that they had to win this trap game, as everybody kept saying. It was a trap game. It was a trap game. They're going to lose. They always lose the trap game, and that's not wrong. They actually are correct. Back in the days when we had Norm Turner, Steve Spurrier, Jim Zorn, Ron Rivera, we will lose the trap games. We will lose the games that we're supposed to win and beat the teams that we were not supposed to beat. But in this case, we took care of the inevitable. We actually whooped the Giants behind 24-22. Yes, it was close by 2 points, but we still took it to them. But at the end, it was symbolic that we're going to be 7-2. Now, what does this mean? Our next opponent is the Steelers. Now, the Steelers has a great defense. They have their quarterback situation up in the air, but they seem to have gotten on board with, Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson has a 2-0, quarterback rating. 2-0 games as the Steelers quarterback. But in my opinion, they're not really, they're not really stable on offense, right? So they're still trying to, get Russell to, feel comfortable behind the pocket. As for us, we are missing Brian Robinson, and we're missing Marshawn Lattimore, the new Equata CB from the Saints. We traded I think it's third, fourth, and sixth round for him, which we could have, the fifth and sixth round, I'm not worried about. The third round, I'm more worried about, because we could have picked a really good, slot receiver or a CB or a DE that we could actually put into place to make our defense better. But that's beyond the point. I guess what they're trying to do is win now. That's what I see out of this trade for Marshawn. I don't see this as a bad pick at all. I just wish they could have gotten a little bit more. They had a good chance to get Preston Smith back. I really think they had a good chance to get Preston. along with Marshawn, because Preston is still has a good motor. He would love to come back. He loved DC, but then you let him go to the Steelers to combat us.
Oh.
So now we're in trouble because Preston's looking to avenge his years as the DC juggernaut on the edge. Now he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now we got, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to get to. I don't know if anybody's aware of where this is going, but I got some little bit of knowledge that what we did wasn't the best. And I'm not talking about this trade. I'm talking about previously our players. This is what I am literally frustrated with. Don't get me wrong. I'm okay with the team. It's the process that's getting with me. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the Commanders' next opponent tomorrow at 1:00 on CBS, which is Channel 9. Check your local listings for other channels for CBS, because it's going to be a good double header. And breaking news, folks, I know for those who are not Cowboy fans, Dak is out for the year. He will not be returning.
Really?
Yes, he would not be returning. Sorry to those who are devastated about this.
That was kind of done last night, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, I guess that's breaking within the same 24 hours.
Yeah, it was decided. I think it was decided at maybe 3:00 this morning. I got the message. I got the text, and it was like, Dak is out. And I'm like, oh. But you know what, folks? Dallas Cowboys fans are not really mad that he's out for the year. Now they got to put Trey Lance and Cooper Rush into the mix. Now I'm pretty sure Trey Lance is probably going to get the nod over Cooper Rush, but I'm pretty sure Cooper Rush is going to start because, McCaffrey, what's his name? The head coach is on a hot seat. McCarthy, that's his name. McCarthy's on the hot seat, so he's going to do whatever it takes to win now, or just get 500, which I doubt. But
I don't know. You never know.
Folks.
These bench dudes might come up and start winning. We have a problem.
We're not, because right now there's two teams that have a winning record. They're 3-5. That means they have to wish that our team and the Eagles lose the remaining 3 games coming up, so they can be, number one, which is, I doubt it.
Not going to happen.
Right. So, because they have a worse.
It'd be annoying for them to start winning a couple games without Dak. It'd be fun to listen to him, and the media, be dogging Dak out. But I like them where they are. Everybody
likes where they are right now.
With Dak and no hope. With Dak and with no hope.
They don't have a running game. They barely have a wide receiver game. They recently got. This is the funny thing about Dallas. They don't have a particular target in the trade deadline to get. So they recently gave up their 3rd and 4th pick to get the wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers. And I'm like, dude, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
That was
hilarious. I literally was scratching my head.
Who was that?
That's what I just said. That's like Batman and Robin asking who the Joker is. I'm like, wait. What? Who is he? What'd he do? Okay. All right. I guess you're trying to keep up with the Giants. I guess y'all want to rematch.
Maybe they see the potential.
Nah, there's no potential there.
What do you have, like 1 catch in 4 games or something like that?
He had like 1 catch in 3 games, and he's been on the bench since then. Exactly. The silence is priceless. Like, what? He's been on the bench? What is he doing then? Collecting dust.
Well, this guy that we got, that we traded for, I heard
Is he still injured?
He has a hamstring injury, but they are saying he's a game time injury. But they're saying that he's going to be out for the game. But
he won't play Sunday. But us in the fan base are praying for Thursday. The thing is, it's like I like that move because with Saquon Barkley acting a fool up I-95. It was behooving upon Washington to at least try to do something to address A.J. Brown, who has pumped us the last couple times he played.
Absolutely. So
we had to at least, I mean, we can't have both of them running ragged on us. It's like,
that's true.
Let's go. So he's a 4-time Pro Bowler. I'm looking forward to seeing him. But I tell you what, Ortho, whatever it is, training center has become Aspirin General Hospital up that way, man. We got hamstring hell. Him and who else has got a hamstring?
Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah, B-Rob's got a hamstring. He's got a hamstring. We got in a new kicker because the hip. He's got a hip. And the long snapper is in question too. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. The problem with this is that they're okay. So if you for those who don't know, when you play NFL, Madden NFL, they give you the rating, the overall ratings of each player. And they give you the process of what NFL is really like, right? So when you have a team such as that, your favorite team is on fire, and there's literally nothing wrong with your team, they're healthy, then you go on to win the Super Bowl. For those who do not play in Madden NFL, there's always a type of stipulation where one of your players has been on the injured reserve, and you don't even know until you check the list and see, oh snap, he's out for how many games? 3 for what? Elbow, exactly.
a kneecap, or ankle, Achilles torn. How says it? And when you go check that he's actually out for the season, or he's just out, and then you have to go through free agency, sign the person in that position to fill that person until they comes back, and then you release the person you signed. This is exactly what's happening, folks, in real time. There is 2 players.
The problem is we've just been spoiled with good health pretty much for the first half of the season. But now DQ and Witt, they're going to have to earn their money and get everybody next man up, next man ready, and next man playing.
Absolutely.
But, they've been doing that they've been doing so well that I don't have too much of a doubt with them. But I was just letting people know, it's like, yeah, we are dinged up.
Yes.
And if we can get through this week with 2 games, I'll be very, very happy. But we just been spoiled. We're sitting here at 7-2. We got 2 games coming up. Which one do we want, or can we sneak both?
Well, here's the problem with this whole injury thing. It comes at a worse time, where we have to take on the powerhouse of the AFC. And yes, it's not going to hurt our chances to go to playoffs, but it will hurt us in the long run trying to establish a Super Bowl contingency spot. Because now we're going to be 7-3 versus 7-2, and the Eagles can go one up on us and take the leap. So we cannot allow the Eagles to take the leap. Now, believe Coach was saying that if you look at who we're playing, Mike Thompson is a juggernaut. He is a X and O guru. The problem we have. Hello, how you doing, caller? All right. Well, hold on for a sec. So here's where we have to make sure we're sound. They got the good defense. They just acquired Preston Smith, who is a good edge rusher. Now they're just 10 times better than they were before. And we got Marshawn Lynch, who is not Marshall Lattimore. It sounds like Marshawn Lynch, but it's not. It's Lattimore. And he's hurt along with B-Rob. And that's a problem because he's on the bench where we need him on the field.
B-Rob's going to be out.
Yeah, both of them. And now the kicker, like Eric just said, the kicker's out, and we just recently signed another kicker who got to, be the next man up. And that's another problem. So with all these problems that's happening.
Not a problem, a challenge. A challenge.
No, bro. These are problems. And I know the definition of a problem when I see it,
I like
man.
that.
No,
Yeah,
challenge.
with the amount and number of injuries, yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, so
if it was only 1 or 2, but now we're getting to 5 and 6 range.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Now you see what I'm saying? So now Mike Tomlin's like there's a wounded animal on the field, so we just got to go ahead and put it out as misery. But you don't want to do that because the last time Russell Wilson was on our field, it was 2012 playoff time. RG3 was hurt. And he did one of those rinky-dink, going to the line of scrimmage, back to the line of scrimmage, throwing it to his wide receiver and scoring, multiple touchdowns. And we looked dumb trying to chase him around the field.
Actually, the last time he was on the field, he was playing with the Broncos and, what's his face?
Broncos, yeah. Yeah, that's true. He was with the Broncos.
We beat them.
Yes,
I know we beat them.
Yes,
but they got that iconic picture of our 2 defensive linemen standing over top of them.
But that was in Denver. We never had them here. The only time he's been here on our field is when he was with the Seattle Seahawks, and that was that was 2012. But I understand what you're saying. When we went to Denver, we whooped his behind. And I agree with you. We have another caller. He is the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show. He's not other than Louis Tenor. Welcome, Lou.
Thank you, Saul. I want you with you.
Hey, man, no problem. Appreciate that. We were just going over the next opponent of the Commanders, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I was going over the stat qualifications of where when Russell Wilson has been and where he's at now. I believe Russell right now is not like the juggernaut he was when he was a Seattle Seahawk.
Absolutely not.
He is clearly a wounded animal within himself, but he does have great pieces with him. He has a running game.
He did play better this last
Oh,
game.
man, he has a wide receiver core. He has a running game. He has a defense. He has an offensive line. The man has all that he needs. And if we give him confidence, he can tear us apart. We just got to make him feel uncomfortable. I'm talking about Jeremy Chin. Well, I mean, I would suggest if Joe Witt is really a mastermind of defense, he will run Jeremy Chin up the wazoo until he falls asleep. I believe Jeremy Chin. I'm just being real with you. I mean that in the most football terminology way. I don't mean any disrespect. I just mean like he needs to go ahead and put Jeremy Chin wherever he goes. As soon as he had that 3-step drop, Jeremy Chin just bulldozed his way into the pocket and sacks him. When the pocket breaks down, Jeremy Chin is right there to hit him in the chin. And then that's when he does the chin dance.
I like that plan.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like before he throws that football, he would like, every time I throw the football, Jeremy Chin is in my eye. Can everybody stop?
Right in my face.
Right in my, and that's what we want. Because if you do that 3-step drop and he's got somebody in his sights, it's just ridiculous. We got another caller. He is the Eagle fan that we like to have in here and have a different point of view. It's Alex Weiser. What's up, Alex?
Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Thanks, man.
And we were just talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, Alex, and what they bring, and we were just going over their stat qualifications of where Russell Wilson has been and what he has and has not done. So far, we just established that he has a running game, he has wide receivers, and he has a defense, and he has an offensive line pocket that can, give him the time to throw. I think don't get me wrong. We have the pocket and the defense and the wide receivers and the running game. Well, we have three backups actually, that can actually take it to the house as well. Everybody forgets that we still have Chris Rodriguez from University of Kentucky. We still have,
He's been elevated, by the way.
He's a bit good. So now we have him. Then we have the other running back. I forgot his name. I was about to say Zacchaeus, but Zacchaeus is a wide receiver. What was the other running back? What was that running back's name from? Eckler. No, we have Eckler and the other running back. Who's the other running back? McNichols. That's what I was trying to get. So we got McNichols and Eckler, and then we have Christian Rodriguez. Those are the three quality running backs that we got. I believe if we give Eckler the majority of the loads, I think we can manage for him to get another touchdown, and then we can use by running back by committee, and then we can put some pressure. But the defense of the Steelers are so stingy, they won't let us get anything over 100 yards rushing. It's either 89 or 90.
I was saying that the Steelers coach, and that's the reason he's been a coach for so long with them.
Mm-hmm.
He is good.
He is very good. He used to be a Viking defensive head coach, or was it quarterback coach? Mm-hmm. I think it was the defensive coach. And since then, ever since he's been in Pittsburgh, this man has been a legend, winning a Super Bowl. I think is how many years? I think he had one Super Bowl run under his belt, but he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, most definitely. I think if we beat him on our court, which we're 4-0 at home, I think we got this 5-0. But the only thing I have to say is that Dan Quinn has to be going bananas right now. Or he might be
bananas. Yeah.
He might.
There's another thing that when we make these trades and stuff, I said, don't break the brotherhood. Come on now.
Right. Exactly.
Keep them clicking.
But see, this is my problem now. And I gotta get to since you said that, I gotta get to the story. So we recently let go of Jamie Davis because he wasn't fitting the scheme of what they had in mind. So who picked up Jamie Davis? You would never guess. Yeah. It was the most shocking thing, but it's well deserving. Jamie Davis is now with the Green Bay Packers because now, so now we let him go. Packers pick him up. The Steelers went and got Preston Smith, who used to be a Redskin. Now he is a Steeler playing against us. So the triangle of acceptance is uncanny. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever seen, but it's the most rewarding at its end. My hat goes off to Jamie Davis. He would be a great fit. And it's not just that. The head coach is a former coordinator of the Washington Redskins back in the day. So he's not leaving home, he's going home. So I just put it like that. And I feel like, wow, look how many offensive weapons that we generally made are going to people doing their own thing. It's remarkable. Mm-hmm. But still, we got a game on tomorrow at 1:00, CBS. We have to win this game. Another must-win game, folks. It's this.
I'll trade it for Thursday.
I know.
I'll trade it for Thursday in a heartbeat.
Well,
who are we playing on Thursday?
The Eagles, who are, by the way, are playing the Cowboys at 4. So who do we root for? Do we work for the Eagles or do we root for the Cowboys?
Yo.
We got an Eagles fan in here. We got a Cowboys fan in here.
Oh, my gosh.
Between the two of them, what y'all think? Should we root for you or what?
They can go with never mind. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna choose a liquor of my choice. I'm just gonna do that. Yo, let's do that. You know what?
I don't see the Cowboys doing much. They're still rattled with injuries for over a month now defensively.
Uh-oh,
And
Alex.
now you got Dak out. CeeDee Lamb's limping around. I mean, I think they're kind of
Well, Dak is out for the year. So
the Eagles are more competitive. We're a game behind you.
I feel there is.
I know it's tough. I mean, as a Washington fan, you know, if I root for the Cowboys, I might like burst in flames and die. You know, but still, you know.
root for a tie. 566 times.
That's terrible. That's a horrible explanation of rooting for another team there, Eric. You shouldn't do that, man. Yeah, what's up?
For the NFL North, do you think the Lions, I think they're going to go. I think they're going to be up there.
Well, let me say this. Hats off goes to Detroit Lions because they are by far taking it to the house. And they are 1000%. Oh, okay. Okay.
The thing I love about the Lions is that everybody's rooting for them. You know, because like their fan base has been waiting for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I personally, I want to see the Washington and Detroit in the NFC Championship, and after that, I don't care.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's slow down a bit because we need all our guys healthy for that to happen. So let's.
It can happen, and you know it can happen.
Okay, yes, that's true. But I don't want to talk about the Lions until we get there, because right now we don't play them.
You just did.
So, you know. Okay, let's just slow down our brakes because I know, in fact, we got to get through the season first. So let's get through the season because
one game at a time.
Exactly, and that's I understand your position, Eric. I'm happy that we're gonna meet them, but we're not ready yet. They are ready. They put up 52 points in 2 games. We haven't even done that yet. We put up like 42 and 30 some points.
If we hadn't had these, good Lord, a trade and people hurt and all this, I believe we would.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. So when we get
points, I mean, like the last game, we kneeled down at the end, sitting on the 1.5-yard line, and I was pissed. I was like, "Why run it?"
That's what I was saying too. But they didn't win.
I said, "Okay, that makes sense." I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I was like unhappy. I was ready to like blow that thing in there.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you were saying because I want them to run up the score, but they didn't want to run up the score, so that's why he slid down.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm saying.
When they've got a good defense, you better be better.
I believe when we have all our pieces together, we are dangerous. When we're one down, we tend to show that we're one down, right? So I feel like once we are 1000% healthy, I think the acquisition of Marshawn Lattimore is probably an energy booster or morale booster for the defense. I think honestly, I think we have a better piece in the nickel with Forbes. If we get Forbes the confidence that he needs, and I've been saying this from day one, have D Hall and Forbes go out on the field and develop a type of swag so that way when he gets in a game, this man is lethal. There's no question in my mind if this man can be another Darryl Green / D Hall if he gets his stuff together. But if
I don't know, I'm like, give Forbes a bus ticket. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, I can understand why you said that because the way his performance is, that's because
I hear what you're saying. If we get him with some quality person, quality player, I don't know what's the problem with the coaching here that hasn't gotten through his head. But yeah, if we get him with Darryl Green said he could fix him in 20 minutes.
I mean, listen, check this out, right? So when he was in the Rivera regime, he wasn't getting that type of vibe with Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio was putting him on zero blitz, which means that you're talented and then you get no help. So you're talented enough to take on anybody in the NFL. Now, in that mentality, you have to establish yourself over 3 or 4 years to actually do that. He was a rookie coming into a league of monsters. And yes, he's about 6'2", what, 165 or something like that. And you're taking on a 200 plus wide receiver and D Moore of the Bears. You cannot do that.
AJ Brown of the Eagles.
Yeah, AJ Brown of the Eagles. You can't have that. You can't have that missed body weight class. That's like going to boxing and you're like 175 taking on a 300-pound juggernaut, and you're like, yo, how did I get? You start reliving your life, like, yo, I could have been in school at this time. Why am I here? And then I get knocked out. I'm like, yeah, that happens when you take on a 300-pound monster and you $175. you know what I mean? Exactly. You wake up with a black eye thing and you got hit by a truck. No, you just got hit by with a 300-pound right hook.
Did you get the license on that truck?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lou. Exactly. So you're like, did I get the license plate? Let me call the cops and see if they got a license plate, And then you wake up and you're like, yo, did you see what happened to you on ESPN? And they play it. You're like, oh yeah, you want to play that one too, huh? And then now you're reliving your life. That's what's happening to Forbes. Forbes is actually reliving his life. Like, yo, man, I could have been in Mississippi right now, going to a championship. I don't need to be in the NFL. And then you sit there and thinking about the coverage. Yeah, I'd rather play nickel. Now we got you a nickel and you got a pick six already. Look at that. You are starting to relive your years as Mississippi. But see, the problem is, folks, the idea of how to play these guys that are not performing at their highest level. Right. Jack Del Rio is one of them who will put you back on the field and go, here, try it again. We're going to keep trying until you get it right. And say what?
I'd have something for him.
We believe the cactus. It was only reserved for him later on.
I haven't held out for him, man. I'm like, turn around.
But see, that's my point. Now we got the pieces. Well, not all the pieces, but enough to sustain us into the playoffs. Now, if Marshawn Lattimore is that guy that can rush the passer, pick six every day, shut down corner, St. Jude can actually be in nickel. He could be the free safety. We got Percy Butler, who can actually be the strong safety. We got the other corner on the opposite side. And we're actually good on defense. Now we can just fix the DE situation, which we got Dante Fowler, and now we got Armstrong. But Armstrong is a night and day DE. He can only do so much when he's double teamed or he's being held. He doesn't have that motor. Now if we get Johnny Newton and Vidarius Mathis are now taking upon themselves to be the rusher in the middle. Now we got something cooking, right? So ever since Jonathan Allen went down, Vidarius Mathis has been shining. Johnny Newton has been shining. Deron Payne has been killing it. I like the interior of our defense. Don't get me wrong about Bobby Wagner and Jeremy Chin and Louisville. They've been doing their thing since game one. I believe if we get these pieces in place before we hit the 10-win mark, which is in 3 games, folks. After this game, after these 3 games, and we're 10 wins, it's already written we're going to the playoffs. There's no turning back.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh?
No argument there.
And that's where we're so close, folks. 3 Sundays. We're 3 Sundays away from going to the playoffs and winning the
already
East.
In the playoffs. Wow. I mean, we got to play the Eagles. We got to play the Eagles twice. We play Dallas twice. Even if we just split with them, that's 2 right there.
Well, here's the thing. We get our people back when we play Dallas. Dallas is already a shoo-in. We're talking about the Eagles. Eagles is in that 3 games, the 3 games what I was talking about. 2 is Dallas, right? And then we got the Falcons, right? So we got, after this game, we got Dallas. That's going to be a win. And then we got the Eagles, and then we got the Falcons. That's our main course right there. And
they're tricky.
Oh man, the Falcons are beast with and Kirk Cousins will be licking his chops with this one.
Yeah, he is. But we've got, with our coaches, we can do it.
Oh no, we're gonna beat the Eagles. I have no problem with that. It's gonna be close, but we're gonna beat Dallas. That's gonna be no problem with that. My thing is the Falcons and the Steelers.
That's what I'm saying. They need to be on their toes.
You're more worried about the Falcons than the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm worried about the Steelers than the Eagles.
Well, the thing is, the Steelers have already beat the Falcons this year.
In
The
Philly,
Steelers have already beaten the Falcons this year.
Yeah.
Eagles.
But that was like the first game of the season.
In Philly on a Thursday night, that's a tough hill to climb, buddy. I mean,
here's the thing.
4-0. They're number one defense the past 5 weeks. The Eagles. They're playing real well.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Eagles, bro. And I know you're an Eagles fan. We have won on their field so many times. They've beaten us at our field so many times. Last year, y'all swept the series.
True.
So I have no problems going to your stadium because we are like maybe 7-4 at your stadium. You guys are like 11-2 in our stadium, right? So that's where I'm happy that we're going there first. We just gotta make sure that y'all don't win on our platform because we're 4-0 at home. That's where my mindset is. I'm playing the numbers game as I'm going along, speaking on this issue because I've been doing this for the past 3 weeks. Yes, I have. I do this long game statistics on the Eagles and Dallas. I see if y'all had Dak, I'm talking to Lou. If y'all had Dak, y'all would have been favored to win. But now, y'all got Cooper Rush. There's no reason for us to worry.
I don't know. The Cowboys with Dak, they beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Tell us how y'all did that. We need some help.
Yo, all he's gonna say, well, Dak threw 2 interceptions and then ran it in for a touchdown. So don't do that. We don't want Jaden throwing 2 interceptions.
Okay, we won't do that. We won't do that part.
Dak with Dak and
yes.
Dak was Dak.
Oh man, that was a good one. Hey, Lou, man, you gotta laugh at that one too, man. Come on now.
But Lou, do you think Paul Sims will play this year? I don't think he should play this year because he's your biggest investment, for next year. Yes, I don't think he should play.
So let me ask the panel. I haven't asked a question yet. Since we're on the topic of Dallas, let me ask Lou and let me ask Weiser, Alex. Sorry. What is it? Should Dallas play Trey Lance? Let's start with Lou. Lou?
I don't know. Trey Lance. I'm not your topic with Lance.
The man was traded from Green Bay to Dallas to play.
Yeah.
So you don't think he should get a shot?
No.
Wow.
No, I don't think.
Whoo. What you think, Alex?
I mean, the Niners got rid of him. The Packers got rid of him. I'd go Cooper Rush and not Trey Lance. Cooper Rush showed that he could.
Are you serious?
Rush over Lance. Lance is like
Common sense.
Lance is like just looking like a solid.
Okay, why would you go with Cooper?
Why is Lance bouncing around the league? What is he just?
Lance has the ability just like Jalen Hurts does. Why wouldn't you play him?
Trey Lance. I mean, he hasn't shown.
Dog. Oh, my mind is blown right now.
He's a third string quarterback. He's on his third team. I mean,
So was Riddler for the Falcons.
Not a college highlight.
Bro, Riddler for the Falcons was with he was at Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati. He had the same type of athleticism as Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels.
Dan?
No, Riddler of the Falcons.
I thought you were talking about Trey Lance starting over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My point. You saying no? I'm saying that the qualifications that he has, these quarterbacks that I'm listing, has the same type of athleticism as Jalen Lance.
Lance can't see the field because he can't get on the field. He doesn't read. He can't run an offense. Apparently, he doesn't know playbooks. He doesn't practice hard. And Lance is like a pretty NFL player at this point.
Man,
I don't think he play at all. But
it's mind blowing, bro. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Cooper Rush is starting, not Lance.
Well, see, Cooper.
I was about to say. I mean, Cooper's at least shown something.
But see, here's the thing: the future. Okay, so here's my reasoning. I want to get my reasoning out, and I understand what Alex was saying. He made great points. This is why I love conversations on X's and O's. This man just gave me a good point of view. But here's my reasoning: when you acquire a quarterback from another team, not just to fill out a roster, but the potentially to start behind center in case one of your players are injured. Am I not correct, folks? Am I right?
Yep.
All right. So if you're getting a Riddler who's actually a former quarterback of the Falcons, or a what's that guy's from the Bears, Justin Fields, who believed he wasn't a good fit in Chicago, but he's a good fit in Pittsburgh, you're giving him a shot under your center because you thought his philosophy fits his athleticism. So if you're putting him on the field or in a roster, you're telling him he could potentially be asked if one of his main first string and second string is not performing well, regardless if that second string is in fact good enough to compete. But you telling him that, hey, we got a star rookie, he could potentially be our future. Let's put him on the field. Look at what they did with Bryce Young in the Panthers. Even though he's not doing well, he is learning. Just the same thing with the guy in Green Bay. He's learning.
And won.
Yes, that's my point. Look at CJ.
That right there was like, whoa.
But look.
I heard several times just reading articles and message board stuff. Apparently, Lance just doesn't pick up playbooks, doesn't recognize. Look at Ritter's train wreck. I mean, college and pros are different. I don't know. Trey Lance never caught on. I mean, I'm pretty sure they see some upside with Cooper Rush. I mean, Lou, Rush looked decent when he was filling in with them last year, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. Russell, I mean, I agree. Lance physically should be awesome. He looks like a stud rookie, but I mean, remember that the Niners, man, they gave up like a couple draft number one picks for him.
Right,
True. Got rid of him.
True.
And then the Packers got rid of him.
Having Jaden Daniels.
Lance just bouncing around. I don't know. It just never happened for him. Maybe he can get it going, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, because this is my thing, because the reason why I feel like if you getting quarterback, now I understand that there's been quarterbacks throughout the NFL that have been filling out the rosters and haven't been given a shot to be in a real live, game to play. Just look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers didn't start a game until Brett Favre actually ended his career, and then he became the primary guy and it started blazing the whole entire NFL. And look what happened with Drew Bledsoe.
I mean, like with Dak gone, they've got a bunch of injuries. Their season is like swirling. What do they want to do? I mean, like Cooper, if I was them, if they were trying to win, Cooper. But if they've like thrown in the towel already, let's see what this Trey Lance is going to do.
I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
You don't ever throw the towel in.
Well, here's my thing.
Ever.
Here's my thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? Well, this is a good topic, and then we go back. Then we go back to the other the topics, because I know we got to get to the Commanders and on to the other sport teams that are listed. But here's my thing, and then I'll pin it to you guys, and then we'll go back and talk about the Commanders, and then we'll go moving forward. But here's my thing. What week are we in? 10? 10?
Wow.
Okay, 10.
10, I believe.
Okay, so week 10, we're basically 8 weeks away from ending it and going to playoff positioning, right? There's no way, and I mean this in a kindly football way because I'm looking at the statistics in my head. There's no way Dallas is coming back from anything to take. Giants are not coming back in anything and making a run. I'm sorry, bro. It's the honest thing, because if you look at Dallas, the running game is sorry. They wasted Dalvin Cook on the roster. He could have been game 1, but they put Ezekiel up there and he screwed up. And then you got CeeDee Lamb, who's being prime. Well, CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson being the wide receiver tandem, that they have only. Oh, and Tuppen. That's it. Tuppen, the guy that puts third down into shame, right? So they don't have nothing. Nothing at all. Their special teams sorry. Their defense is sorry. Their third down conversions and fourth down conversions sorry. There's nothing in this statistic saying that they can make a run at anything. Now, towards the end of the season, they might make 3-game winning streak with Cooper Rush to actually save their season, and that put Mike McCarthy on the bus home back to the Green Bay Packers to be on their Green Bay Hall of Fame ring, whatever they do in Green Bay. I'm looking at this logically. If they do make a run, they're not going to beat anybody on the NFC South or East right now. They just lost to the Falcons. So if they win out, they would have to beat the Falcons at something to get into the playoffs. And there's no way they're going to do that. Or they're going to have to beat the Vikings. They'll probably beat the Carolina Panthers, which they're going to do in London, this Sunday at 9:00 a.m., folks. Check your look at listening. I'm sorry, I had to plug that in. That was a segue. But anyway, so they might win. The Giants might win they might win 7-3. Giants might win 7-3 in a pathetic game of the year. That means they probably win by Daniel Jones running up the middle for a touchdown. Now, Bryce Young might turn it on. You never know. He might go, I'm sick of this. Touchdown. All right, cool. Forget y'all. You know what I mean? So
if they get hungry enough.
I mean, that's what it's about. That's when you have the hot streak. You get hungry. You see a team like, yo, they can't be worse than us. We got this on lock. And then defense get, yo, he's talking real stuff. Let's go. And then what happened? They win the game in London.
We need that running back from Boise State. Let's lose.
Oh man, we need something. We need something like that, man. but here's the thing. Here's my point. My point is that we got 8 weeks. 8 weeks from now, we're going to get all our players back. We're going to have this meaningful game. And I'm pretty sure this game right now, tomorrow, is by far the most important game because it's a position game. This position game that we're going against either tell us where we're going, and how far we're going to go. Right? So we already know where our destination lies. It's to the playoffs and beyond. If we don't win this game, it only shows that we're only going to the playoffs. You understand what I'm getting at? And this
I think we're going anyway.
I don't know.
I think next week's game is important.
Listen,
we can lose to Pittsburgh and beat Philly, and then we'll be cruising the next game.
But see, here's the thing. Here. Let's take that scenario right there. Let's say we do lose to God. Don't let me say that. All right, I'm not gonna knock on wood. All right, so let's say hypothetically we lose to a team from AFC. It doesn't have to be the Steelers, right? And we play them at home. and we put everything effort on the court, on the field, and we didn't have the players to beat them with, right? Let's say we get the players back, right? And then somehow we do go to the Super Bowl. And guess who's standing there at the Super Bowl that we have to play? The team that came to our home and destroyed us. And we meet them in the Super Bowl. And now we got all our players together, and they still find a way to beat us. Then what? Exactly.
We be full with our players, though.
But the point is, but see, the point is that we have our players and they still find a way to beat us, even though we didn't have our players then. That means they studied us. That means they took what they learned from home, at our home, used it, and then saw what we were doing still with the players that we have and still beat us. That has happened in.
Well, that's the reason you bring up
Exactly.
pride,
Exactly.
a trick.
Right. We be at full strength.
But that's not what I'm saying. My saying is
With
that
our quarterback, we can do that.
that's what I'm saying. Our problem is that we don't take the initiative to show our talent when we have lesser strength than full strength. Now we're at the point where we don't have our primary running back and our primary CB and our primary kicker. So now we can still have that full strength versus the three main parts of our team and still win. It might be.
We already shocked the world anyway, so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't need nothing to prove nobody.
You know,
We
go
already
back
shocked the world.
and think about that. And
Oh man,
Which one was the shocker? Because all I hear is people saying, y'all ain't beat nobody. Y'all ain't beat nobody. Y'all ain't beat nobody.
Exactly.
I was looking forward to Pittsburgh.
we ain't beat nobody. What did you call that Hail Mary then?
Yeah.
no.
And then we beat
Hey,
Cincinnati.
How many
I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Now,
That's-
the Bears were better. Bears were better than I thought. I think the Steelers are going to
Yeah.
be better than I thought, too.
This is what I'm saying.
Was
Eric just said exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying the exact same thing. We need to beat this team that's coming to our home court to disrupt everything. And everybody in the stratosphere, oh, you haven't beat nobody. You beat the Bears. They were nobodies. The only team you beat was Arizona, and they were somebody. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are you watching the same games we're watching? Because each team that we played against, that's some hard 7 wins.
Bears had a very good defense.
Yo, we got 8 minutes. I love this conversation. We're gonna come back to it if we have 5 minutes left, but I got to speed through it. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards, they lost to Golden State Warriors. Seth lit it up. I knew he was. I didn't even watch it. I just saw the score and it's like, okay, it was happening. Then we played against the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies torched us. 104, 123, I believe, 126, whatever. It's in the 20s. And we still looked horrible, but, the youngsters are starting to get in a groove of things. I don't like Koulibaly, so anybody who wants to challenge me, you have to wait until next year to challenge me, because right now I don't like Bilal. Anyway, so we have to do a little bit better. I still do say we're going to be in the end tournament, but we're probably going to be last, like the 11th seed or something, 10th seed. We're not going to go anyway. Yeah, I'm optimistic. Yeah, because I like Al-Sar, I like Keyshawn George, I like Bub Carrington. I think Jonas Valgauskas is a key component. Jordan Poole's playing lights out. He has a mission. It's like somebody's got his food kidnapped. He's like, I'm going to eat that food. Everybody hit threes, But anyway, I think Kuzma knows what's going to happen at the end of the year, and he's waiting for that moment to bounce. He's not going to stay because he sees that there's no future here. If he decides to stay here, the man is a GOAT of the Wizards. I don't care. Moving on.
Your props, man, because anybody who's actually watching the Wizards, man, props to you.
Yo, I gotta watch them because there's a message in that, and those three, Those three are dedicating to winning here. And I still says, bring back Wall. Bring him back. I don't care if the man has on a crutcher. Bring him on and let him play on a wheelchair. The man needs to be here. Anyway.
I agree with you there, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yo, bring him back, man. This is crazy. All right, so moving on to the Washington Capitals.
34. He's down. Only 34 more to go.
Can you believe that? 34.
Yes, I can believe it.
Wow.
This year.
This man is he's a machine. Ovechkin, yeah, man. 34 to go. You know,
we got to get it for him so we can dump him and finish the rebuild.
Hey, you can't get mad at that.
Hey, don't get me wrong. We all love Ovi with our whole heart and soul, but yeah,
it's about that time. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't be like 60 and I can still play. And then his dentures falls out. He could be all right. Let him play. He's 64.
He's not going to be working out.
I'm just
retirement until 65. He can play one more year.
Exactly. We could just push him on the ice a few more times. Push him right in the goal. He just made a goal. Everybody get him off the ice.
Buy tickets too. That's the fun part.
All right. All right. Last but not least, folks. True. Last but not least, folks. That's right. He is.
Let him get his last one in.
Yo, he got to. So last but not least, Maryland Terrapins women's basketball is starting. Maryland Terrapins are the winner against Murray Mount. They won, I think. I forgot the score. Anyway, but Maryland women, they took on Coppin State and crushed them. But Coppin State actually pulled up a good fight when the women's basketball and won. Maryland Terrapins are victorious. So Maryland Terrapins versus Oregon Ducks tonight at 7, which is in 3 minutes. They go to Oregon to take on the number 1 football team. I'm pretty sure that's not going to end well for Maryland and the Maryland faithfuls. So turn off your TVs and just look at some movies and think about the good times that you had, because Oregon is going to put up a wallop of number. I'm pretty sure if they reach 100, don't be mad. Just turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. Look at, go cook some food. Listen, go open a cookbook.
I think it'll be competitive.
I hope so. We got 3 minutes to go. We're going to do a 7-3 ratio. We could do 2 minutes ago. We're going to go around from Alex to Big Steve. Sorry, Big Steve. You were a little bit loud. I had to mute you. But now that you're here to contribute, I appreciate you. But 7-3 ratio, 7 being confident, 3 being not so confident. Steelers, Commanders. Let's go, Alex. Who you going to win? Who's going to win?
Field goal game. It's on the road. Is it a night game tomorrow night?
It's going to be home. It's going to be in D.C.
Oh, it's a home game.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was a field goal game. I'm going 3. Yeah, Commanders got the win by 3.
Dope. All right, Lou.
Commanders against Steelers.
Okay, Steelers. All right, Steelers.
Steelers. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, man. I'd rather for you to tell me the truth, and don't lie. All right, Coach.
Wow. I'm going with the Commanders 7.
Nice. Eric.
Washington 27-24.
Good score. And Big Steve.
Yeah, good score.
Commanders 27, Steelers 20.
I got the Commanders winning 27-17. I think this is going to be a 10-point game rather than a 7-3. I think this is going to be the big tell for us and moving forward. With that being said, I want to thank Alex. I gotta have it that way, man. I will go and thank Alex, Lou, Coach, Eric, Big Steve, the juggernauts of the DMV Sports Show. Without these guys, I would not be here. I'll be talking to myself and the wall. With that being said, you're human first, everything second. You're conquerors by definition. So go conquer your dreams. I want to say have a great weekend to each one and every one of you, and have a one heck of a Saturday. And I want to say you're awesome. All right, I'm out. Be safe, everybody. All right.
Be safe. God bless y'all.
God bless y'all.
Be safe now.
All right. I want to thank y'all for coming in and entertaining us with you and your comments and watching us have a great time on the DMV Sports Show. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 512-543-4662. Make sure you call and state your name for the record and who you represent so that we can comment and give the great feedback about your team. And without being said, you're human first, everything second. You're conquerors by definition. Go conquer your dreams because you deserve it. Peace.